We're on A Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and we're on page 56. Okay. Needless to mind you, I'm not the best reader, so if I mess up on it, please forgive me. I'm working on this myself. Okay. A couple of guys who were sick of getting stuck inside every recess every day decided to try and figure out who took Mrs. Greg's dictionary. Where did it go? Dictionary. The first person they interrogated was a kid named Corey Lamb. I think Corey was a one-on-one. The list of suspects. Blah, blah. Might have a little bit of a list. He's smart and he's always using big words. Corey fessed up to the crime in no time flat, but it turns out he said that he did not because of the pressure made him crack. Or said he only said that he did it because of the pressure that made him crack. The next kid on the list was Peter Lynn. And before you knew it, Peter was confessing too. Squeal! Oh, why? I didn't do it. I did it. I really did do it, but I did it. You know, whining. Why? Okay. I figured it was just a matter of time before the guys cornered me, so I knew what I had to think of something first. I just read enough Sherlock Sammy book homes to know that sometimes it takes a nerd to get you out of a pinch, and I figured anyone who could crack this case would be Alex Aldra. I'm not even sure how to say that. Kitty, get down. Get down. My kitty's up on my stuff. Okay. So, me and a couple of other guys were out worried about getting hassled over, or went over to Alex to see if he could help out. Oh, I think I skipped a page. I did. So here's the... Okay. Page 58. Actually, I want to mark this other page so I don't forget where I started. Okay. There we go. Alright. We were told that Alex needed to solve a mystery of who took Mrs. Craig's dictionary, but he didn't even know what we were talking about. Alex, I guess, had been so wrapped up in this book that he hadn't even noticed what had been going on around him for the past couple of days. Plus, Alex was always staying inside to read during recess. Mrs. Craig's punishment hadn't had a big enough effect in his life. Unfortunately, Alex had read his share of Sherlock Holmes' books and Sammy's books too. So he said he would help if we would pay him $5. Well, that was totally unfair because Sherlock Sammy only charges a nickel. But me and the other guys agreed that it was worth it, and we pulled our money together and forked over the $5. We laid out... Sorry, I've got to check on my fire because I've got my candles going. But they look like they're alright. I suspect that Alex is starting to take notes and sprout some specific mumbo-jumbo about all he did, and the case was closed around the book, and we were reading, and we showed the cover, and he showed the cover to us, and you're not going to believe this, but Mrs. Craig's dictionary, Alex had been studying the you're not going to believe this, but it was Mrs. Craig's dictionary. Alex had been studying the dictionary to get ready for the spelling bee the next month. Well, that had been nice to know before. We gave him the $5. Anyways, there was no time to waste complaining about Mrs. Craig was going to be back in the room any second. That's next page. It says, Corey Lamb grabbed a book from Alex and put it on Mrs. Craig's desk, but she walked into the right room at the right moment. Mrs. Craig ended up going back on the whole no consequences, I promise, Corey Lamb is going to be spending the next 3 days inside during recess. Looking on the bright side, at least we'll have... I need to work on my posture. Make sure when you read, you sit back just so that you don't have any issues with your posture. I got to work on that. Keep my shoulders back. I've got bad posture and it's not good. Anyways, okay, on to the story. All right, so we are on page 60. Okay, Miss Craig ended up going back on the whole no consequences promise. Corey Lamb is going to be spending the next 3 weeks inside the recess. Yes, I already read this. Looking on the bright side, though, at least he'll have Alex Aldara to keep him company. Yesterday, in the cafeteria, when I emptied out my lunch bag, I got 2 fruits and no snack. Oh my gosh. Why no snack? I need a snack. I need my chocolate. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do? Oh, I need my Connie. I need Connie too. Okay. So, sorry, I give myself the giggles. Alright, this is a pretty big problem. So, always pack cookies and sugar wafers or something in my lunch bag. And it's usually the only thing I eat. So, I had no energy for the rest of my day. At least do one. I can't. I just can't do it. Oh, I just can't do it. I'm such an idiot. I love it. Sorry. Kind of got into the book a little bit. Alright. When I get home, I asked Mom what the deal was and why there were 2 fruity things. She said she always buys enough treats to last the whole week. So one of us boys must have mistaken the snacks bin in the, or must have mistaken the snack, or taken the snacks out of the snack bin in the laundry room. I'm sure Mom thinks that this was stealing snacks, but believe me, I already learned my lesson about that. Oh, punishment. Last year, I took the treats out of the bin and I totally paid the price. When I opened the lunch bag and at school and I pulled out Mom's substitute snack. Green bars. Would one of you gentlemen care to trade something for one of these crustaceans? Ew. I'd much rather have chocolate. I'm a chocoholic. Alright. Today at lunch, it was time to do the exact same thing. 2 fruit snacks, no snack. I said, like, I really depended on the boost I get from the sugar. I almost fell asleep and Miss Watson in the 6th grade period, but luckily I snapped awake, my head and back of my chair. What just happened? I don't know. When I got home, I told my mom it wasn't fair that someone else was eating all the treats and I was having to suffer. But when she said she wasn't going to go grocery shopping again until the end of the week, that I just had to make do until then. Oh, but why? I need my candy. Why no candy? Alright, we're going to stop there. We're on page 64 and we will continue later. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much. And we will talk to you later. Bye.